Oh boy, getting hot in here. Okay, so chapter 3 of Keep Me by Sara Cate. We learn a little bit more about Sylvie. Her parents are filthy rich. Alright? So, they have a lot of money, and they are loaded, and they are upset that Sylvie has been a freeloader. So they give her a whole bunch of money and cut off. Now, apparently, they're not too close. Sylvie got into some kind of accident when she was 17, and she was in the hospital for 4 days before her parents showed up. Okay? I'm sure it has nothing to do with Sylvie's attitude, but still, that's your daughter, man. Okay? You gotta go check on your girl, right? So, Sylvie has an interaction with a barista where she's ordering coffee. The barista's trying to do her job, and asks for Sylvie's name. Sylvie doesn't want to give her a name. She just wants the freaking coffee. So they have a little sarcastic exchange, and then Sylvie leaves. Now, Sylvie gets a call from some credit card people who want their money. Sylvie doesn't have any right now. So she does what anybody would do. She goes and she finds a job, she works hard, and she starts to pay back everyone. No! This is a romance, not a spicy neurons novel. No! She doesn't do that. She calls her mommy and daddy. Mom, please! I'm starving. I'm so hungry. It's cold. Please. Can we work out some kind of deal? Help me. Father, I'm your little girl. I'm your little princess. It's so cold out here. Oh, it's so cold. Please, Father, don't pull me into the darkness, Daddy. No! So after she doesn't get any responses from them and leaves those messages on the voicemail, she calls their assistant. Edna. Edna sounds good. Okay. These two have a little back and forth where Sylvie acts like a spoiled rich kid who doesn't understand responsibility, while Edna is an older woman who is tired of her tired of her shit. Okay, she's done. Okay, so they hang up. Sylvie has no money left. She spent the last $5 on this coffee that doesn't even have her real name on it. It has Sylvia. It wasn't spelled. It's Sylvia. But she decides that she's going to visit her friend Margaret, who gets her. Now, she goes to Margaret's apartment, condo, whatever. There's a guy there's a doorman. Okay, that must be nice. I can't wait for the days that I have a doorman. But his name is Chuck. And so he's like, hey, Chuck, what's going on? Is Margaret in? And Chuck's like, yeah, she's in. And Sylvie's like, oh no. And Sylvie goes run to the elevator and takes it to, let's just say the 10th floor, because Margaret has a history of getting too involved in her modeling career that she decides to do, drink alcohol, do drugs, and sex. So she goes on all these benders, and it's up to Sylvie to help set her straight, because that's what best friends do, right? Alright, so Sylvie goes to the door, and she checks the handle. It's unlocked. And Sylvie decides, instead of just going, no, she decides to go in. This is 2 times in 3 chapters that Sylvie has illegally entered a residence that is not her own. Okay? So she goes in, and she hears Margaret with somebody. Ooh, they're having a good time in there. Sylvie's like, oh, okay, I'll just get her later, right? So she's about to leave, and she notices these pair of shoes. And she's like, man, that looks just like Aaron's shoes. Okay? And she's like, okay, well, I'll just leave. She looks at the shoes again. Almost identical. She picks up the shoes. She smells them. It smells like freaking Aaron. The shoes look like freaking Aaron's. So then she hears a moan, and that sounds like freaking Aaron. So she goes busting into the door, busting into the room, and she sees Margaret freaking Aaron. And she's like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, God. Her world is shattered, okay? And she's watching. This is what the book says, okay? Aaron's taking care of business, folks. All right, it's not right. Cheating is wrong, but he's man, all up in that rear, if you know what I'm saying, okay? And this makes Sylvie jealous because, like, all Aaron did was get on top of her like a slug. Says that in the book, okay? So she's sitting there, she's losing her mind, and she has this hot cup of coffee. So she takes off the lid and she throws it on Aaron. And Aaron goes, ah, what the fork? And Margaret's like, ah, what the fork? And Sylvie's like, what the fuck? Ah, fork you. And she leaves, brokenhearted, destroyed, and probably emotionally traumatized. And that's the end of chapter 3.